All right, guys, welcome to season 2 of the Realness Lounge podcast. It's been a long time. I know you guys had a hot girl summer. We had a hot guy summer too. Right, KJ? KJ's right here, guys. Say what's up.
Welcome back. Season 2 on the go.
Yep,
Let's
season 2. You know, KJ, he's always been, you probably saw us at Drake concert. If you guys did, why didn't you say hi?
Yo.
With the
Best
Drake
concert I've been to.
Yes. Yeah, and we wanted to introduce, now we have a female, feminine. I mean, I'm a female too, but you already know, stud life. But we got Honey right here.
Yo, what's good? What's poppin', AZ? You already know it's your girl, Honey, coming to you with the ones and twos, real crispy.
She's
on a real-ass podcast.
Yeah.
So we turned up. We about to have a good time, talk that real-ass shit.
Yeah, and we got the person of basically the hour. This is going to be Max. He's right here. Everybody say, what's up?
What's good?
Craft beer lover. I would say, he does a podcast also for 4 years. He's been in the game longer than us, guys. We rookies compared to him.
Yeah, you gotta be
teaching us. You gotta teach us.
Some tips and pointers for sure.
Yeah.
We'll have a little session afterwards.
No, but shout out to Max, guys. He's honestly, I looked into him as much as I could. He's a craft beer lover, and I almost asked him too before the show. I'm like, what is the difference between alcohol and then organic? It's a craft beer, so I'm assuming organic ingredients, right? You said.
Yeah, so it's all booze. I mean, at the end of the day, it's fermented or whatever process takes to get it to be where it's booze, right? I mean, but when it comes to craft beer, so I don't want to mention any name brands out there, but if you look at the bigger brands, a lot of it's cheap ingredients, right? So that's how they make, you can get a can for 75 cents out of so 12 packs are $12.
Wow.
So that's how it's cheap. But if you look at craft beer, so a can of craft beer will cost you anywhere between $4 and $7 a can, depending on what you get, because the ingredients are much better. So again, it's like food. You cook with better ingredients, you can get better food. You use better stuff, you use more ingredients, richer ingredients, you're going to get a richer flavor out of it. And so that's what most craft beer breweries or even meaderies. So mead is also a big thing too. Honey wine, that's what mead is.
Honey wine.
Those are all coming up as well. And they're very connected in the community. So it's all about, just supporting the brand and helping them get on their feet and get to where they need to be.
Wow.
So if your buddy opens up a brewery, he or she might not be where they want to be at first, but little by little, it's a vibe. I guess I don't know how to sound cliche, but but sometimes the vibe isn't good, right? So you go to certain places and breweries and you're like, I like their beer, but this place is downing me, right? I don't want to be here. I don't want to drink here. So the beer is good, but I don't want to drink here. And then it's vice versa. The beer is good. I mean, the beer isn't great, but the vibes are high.
For sure.
So
that perfect balance. Exactly. Balance.
Yeah. So it all depends on what you're into. But when it comes back to your question about craft beer, it really comes down to the ingredients. And but I will say there are a lot of brewers and craft beer drinkers and everything bougie as hell. So it does get
It's pricey.
it does get really serious when it comes down to comparison and everything else.
Oh, okay.
So have you guys ever seen a brew, KJ, Honey? Have you guys ever seen a brew
I've been
shop?
to one before. It was actually pretty recently, but I totally forgot the name of it. But it was some good vibes.
Mm-hmm.
The environment was nice, and they actually, I feel like, had the perfect. I really forget the name of it. I can't think of it right now, but yeah, it was a perfect balance. It had the good brewery. And then the environment was very nice.
Awesome.
That's what I wanted to ask you too, though. But how's the difference between the pale and the ale?
So every beer, within reason, is an ale, right? Let's just get the basics out of the way, right? So you just got to now define what it is, right? So you have IPAs or India Pale Ales. A pale ale is a little bit lighter, but a similar flavor. The lighter beers, lagers, pilsners. I'm missing
those
one.
Are the lighter
Kolsch's.
ones.
Yeah, those are lighter, are cleaner, so they're just easier to drink.
As
but
far as the stronger
then you get
ones.
the stouts, which are really strong, but IPAs can get strong too. So an IPA can be at 6% on average, but then you can get an IPA at 12, 13%, depending on where you find it.
Damn, that's strong.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's
good shit. I know.
so some
I don't
stout.
drink, but
Gone probably.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like a gift and a curse too, because a lot of times when it comes to certain IPAs or certain stouts, for that matter, so a stout could be a 6-7% stout, or you can have a stout that's upwards of 15-16%.
wow.
So
This is beer education, guys.
Yeah.
Get your
For real,
notepad.
I ain't
Man,
even
for real,
really
take notes,
thought
for
that
real.
it was that bougie. I love it.
Oh, I've had
That
people
is-
fall
that's
asleep.
some bougie beer right there.
Yeah.
I've had people fall asleep
Those
on my
are
couch because
questions.
they
You
underestimated
should
it.
fall asleep on
Fall
my
asleep on the
couch.
couch.
So it's like 4 in the afternoon and they're
look.
knocked out, and I'm like, bro.
He said, I just gave you 2 beers. What's
right
going
now. Don't knock us out with this.
Well, what y'all sipping on right now? What is
Well,
something
yeah,
that we're
about
sipping
that,
on right
yeah,
now?
this is-
So we're drinking Goldwater Brewing out of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Ooh.
This is a
Shout
West
out
Coast
to them.
IPA called Can I
West
Pet Your
Coast.
Tortoise? Yeah, not Sansa. Sorry. No, but I really fuck with them heavy. These are my guys.
Shout out to them
to all the
guys.
entire team over there.
Yes.
This
Yo,
is a
that
Can I
is
Pet Your Tortoise
good.
West
Oh
Coast
my
IPA.
God.
How does it taste to you guys?
You gotta
Listen.
taste it, non-alcoholic drinker.
Hey, I can't
I'ma
taste
do
it.
you. I'ma
Hey,
do you.
I'm gonna do. I don't drink. I'll drink my
Right,
water.
yeah.
But let me ask KJ. How did it taste to you?
No, it tastes really good. It's like a strong, but that's still sweet, very tasty taste.
Wow.
It's like
See,
still.
now I would buy this. I drink
That part.
211s, okay? I drink a harsh beer that you buy from the street.
Dang.
I
No,
drink
this
some
is-
harsh beer.
She an AMF drinker.
So, yeah.
Straight
I'm
to the
not gonna
point,
lie.
you
Yeah,
know?
straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is like so smooth
that is-
and it has nothing but flavor. Like I'm tasting it and it's just like bursts of flavor.
Man.
Literally.
Absolutely.
It's just definitely took time. This definitely I could say this.
And this
some
is all you,
crafted
right?
beer.
This is not. Did you make this?
No, I didn't make. I don't brew it all. I don't have the
you don't
patience
brew
for
it
that
all,
shit.
okay.
No
Brewing,
patience
listen.
for this shit.
One thing that brewing you need is patience
Oh
and
my
dedication.
God, I can't. Okay, I can't do that.
It's
So-
like when you make wine, like it takes time, like it has to.
I think. I mean, I don't want the wine people to come after me, but I think it's a little bit.
that part.
I know wine is intricate. I get it, but I can speak for beer specifically, and beer like I've had people tell me, yeah, I had to sleep next to the, next to my brew setup because I want to
that's
I gotta
good.
wake up several times in the night to change certain things or whatever.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
like
that?
like in the cannabis world when they got it's on the clock.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
time and dedication.
Yeah.
You gotta
This
put
time
your
is
all
water.
and heart.
So
into
now that
this.
you mention
Okay,
that,
yeah, that's facts.
there's not all brewers, but a lot of brewers do dabble in cannabis. So it's kind of like they have the connection. So hops,
okay, I got you.
hops, which is what every beer has. Hops has is related to cannabis.
Okay.
So they're cousins in a sense.
Oh,
so
okay, right
you
on.
smell hops and whatnot. You get the dank smell and things like that. Sometimes you'll get
No
people
idea,
describe
no
beer as
idea.
dank
Wow.
because of that.
That's dope.
Okay.
So there's a lot of relation between the two plants.
Oh, that's all. That's lit.
We
Shoot.
we
Is that
learning
like
a
a
lot
chemical?
from
That
Max
ain't
right
a chemical,
now.
right? It's like it's just. Oh wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
That's pretty cool for
That's
the
that
weed
dank right
smokers out
there.
there. I
Weed
mean, hop on
smokers,
on
yo.
the craft draft beer. You know what I'm saying? They might work
Wow.
with they
Yeah.
working with you.
Hey, you know what? So, and that's why I'm like, man, like Max. I was looking at your Instagram. I ain't gonna lie, I stalked him. I'm not his ex, but I still stalked
She
him.
made me stalk him too.
Yeah, we have to. And then I noticed you do it. You do a podcast. I mean, you started since 2020. you
So
in there?
dabbling in 2018, it was one of those things where we just kind of like, hey, you want to get together and play with this recording again?
Oh,
And it's like, yeah, let's do it. And that's exactly what it was. And then little by little, just kind of getting more comfortable with the setup, with the mics,
Snowball
with the
effect,
sound,
yeah.
Yeah.
configuring the sound, everything else. And then I was like, okay, we'll get better, but we were not doing it as frequently.
okay.
And then the pandemic hit 2020. Everybody's at home, and I'm like, well,
Man,
shit, fuck it. I'm not gonna sit home doing nothing because after I work, I'm saving like 5 hours from not traveling, right? So
Damn.
so now I'm like, all right, cool.
The 9 to
something
5.
I got way more
Yeah, I
time
need
now.
something to do, yeah.
So I
Yeah.
started playing around more. Call my buddies up in New York, and I had another friend in Tennessee. And I was like, hey, if I set up this podcast, are you guys down to record with me? And they're like, yeah, shit, let's do it.
Okay, yeah.
And really what we do is, so the premise of the podcast was based off of friends getting together, drinking a beer that they normally wouldn't get, right? So
Okay.
we
Okay.
get beer from all over the nation. you
Oh,
know.
wow.
Wow.
And
Wow.
sometimes
Exclusive.
Kind of like test it
Sometimes-
out. Kind of like test it out, right?
So
Like
you
a
can't
reviews.
you can't get a beer in New York. Some beers in New York you can't get it here in Arizona. And some
Oh,
beer in
that
California,
shit.
So,
Oh.
forth. So there's a
That's
huge
dope.
trading world in beer. So
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
I
it's
had
like,
no
oh,
idea.
You're in North Carolina. I'm in Arizona.
KJ, like, put me on.
I'll send
Yeah.
you 8 beers. You send me 8 beers, and then we'll keep going like that, and just
Oh,
keep
that's
swapping it out.
smart. Yeah, that's a really great
There's
idea.
distribution for a
Is
lot
there
of
any like
breweries.
profit in it? Like, can you like flip it or not? It's not
So-
like that. It's not really.
Where the money at? Where the money
There-
at?
Get the money. Where's
money
the-
making type shit
Hey, I'm
too.
just.
There, no,
question,
you're not far
I'm
from.
sure.
There's a black market for beer.
That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
dang.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's
What?
there's breweries. So for example, I use one. I won't say the name of the local brewery, but there's a local
Yeah.
brewery here that they're not part of the black market, but people buy their beer because their beer is so good and they can't get it anywhere else. They'll flip
man.
it.
See that part.
That right right there.
And
See the
so-
behind
I
the
just had no
scenes.
idea.
That was a good
Yeah.
question.
Name.
Hey, that was a good question, KJ, for
Yeah,
sure.
that was.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not something that, and it's one of those things that's kind of killed the community. To be honest with you, like people know it, but they're like, I'm more of like, hey, if I send you a can, send me a can back type of
Send
thing.
the love back.
Exactly.
the
Send
love
it back, okay?
And that's
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Don't be
Like once in a
selfish.
while, I'm like, hey,
You
listen.
get out what you put in.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I'm like, hey, this can's like $13 a can, so I might need 2 cans for 1 can at least, like whatever it
I
is.
love this. This is
But it's
amazing.
not like,
I'll pay
hey, I'm
$13
gonna.
for this. This was
Hey,
good.
Yeah,
he
I ain't
got-
gonna lie. I would drink.
You
this
hear that,
beer.
Scottsdale? Hit him.
Yeah, it's got that.
I
Hey,
might have to
Tempe,
be going
Scottsdale,
down.
Mesa, they're all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Hey,
to
I
go
like
down
that.
because I'll keep like a 6-pack in my refrigerator. I don't care.
Hey, you know
I work
what?
security. It's been long hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta stay
She
woke.
does.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
need a
say
beer
less.
afterwards.
Shit.
But yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah,
Black
the
market, wow.
so I'm sorry. What was the original question was about the flipping.
Yeah.
But then, but just in general, so like trading beer has been a big thing. So again, it's been like, hey, you send, I'll send, and then so I would do a lot of trading back in the day. Much back in the day, a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
That's probably been a thing forever though. Like
That-
I just
more
no,
so
not
like
really?
I'll say
Okay.
like 2017,
When the
2018
brewery
it started
started.
picking up.
Oh, okay.
Because when social media took off, a lot of the breweries were like people posting their beers, and they're like, well, how do I get that beer? That beer is amazing. I heard about that brewery. That beer, is, whatever. I want to try that. So trading, kind of like 2016, 17, maybe 18, it started picking up.
Yeah.
And basically, you just get beer and trade it. So I would get a lot of beer from different places, and my buddies would, they'll come over, we'll sit and bullshit, and it's like, oh, here's a beer from Other Half, which is out of New York.
And this was all on the podcast, right?
No, this is before the podcast.
No?
This is
Okay,
before the
before the
See,
podcast.
he was
podcast,
already
okay.
marinating this, already manifesting.
So this,
it.
yeah,
That's
this,
no
this is
key.
like
Yeah.
this kind of like it's just like, hey, let's hang out, right? So they come over, we'll chill, we'll drink the beers, we'll talk about the beer, and it's like, hey, did you hear about this happening? Did you hear about that happening? Just random shit, right?
Yeah.
That part.
And then it's like,
That's
well,
dope.
shit. I guess if we did this and we recorded it, we can have fun with it. We can do, we can put up content. We can make some shit around it, right?
Yes.
And
some
so
noise.
that was the idea behind it, and that was still what it is. So basically, so in 2020, I started, working with my buddy. He's got beer in New York. My other buddy had beer in Tennessee. I had beer in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
So, we're all trying different beers and talking about them and whatnot. And then it's like, hey, what do how do you like about this? And then it got to the point where we started trading beers amongst each other. So I would say, hey, I'm gonna send you beers from Arizona, you send me beers from New York, and you send me beers from Tennessee, and then we'll talk about it.
Let me know how
Oh,
they are.
okay,
Yeah.
So like I'll have the beers from Arizona first, but then I'll send it to my boy in New York, my friend in
What?
Tennessee,
That's crazy.
and then I'm like, hey,
We
I
got
like,
UPS,
I would-
Amazon
And
type
like,
shit.
okay, how much we sending? Like a 6-pack or a 30-pack?
so it was mentioned.
a little 6er or 30-pack?
It was mentioned twice already. So like most
Sure.
craft beer comes in 4-packs, and it
Oh.
comes in
Packs,
the
okay.
the pints.
Okay.
So you get
My fault.
you're good. It's good. It's a good misunderstanding, but they usually come in 4-packs. They do have 6-packs though. So the 6-packs are usually going to be your lagers and your pilsners that they put together in the smaller cans. But the more of the bigger cans come in 4-packs. There are once in a while you might find a 6-pack of some 16-ounce cans, but those are really rare.
I love
You
that.
really
I
know
love
your
that.
stuff. Yeah,
So
you've been
the
in
price
for-
range on these beers, like the one that we're drinking now, what is that price range for a 4-pack? If some
Because they about to buy
Good
it.
question. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
about to go buy one right now.
This is
I'm just
roughly about maybe $5 to $6 a can.
okay.
Man.
Oh, a can.
That's not bad though, because
Ooh,
you got to
no,
think
it's
about it. A
not.
shot happy hour, that's $5. So you're getting a whole crafted beer, good taste, good quality,
Organic
made,
ingredients.
organic ingredients. Come on now, you can't beat $5 versus a little Tito shot. Come on.
That part, yeah.
You're throwing up
I mean,
in
you
the
chase with some
fucking-
Tito's, you might be all right.
fucking
Or
lines
vice
of
versa.
Westgate.
Yeah.
Chase this with some Tito's.
Take,
But
yeah.
for a 4-pack,
Tito's.
it's like,
Yeah.
like
So I
love
mean,
that.
it's the
It's
thing.
just
Like so,
like-
sometimes you've seen like 4-packs go up to like 25 and $30 a 4-pack.
But it's quality though. You got to
Quality, you're paying
So
for it.
I'm down for good. I'm not always down for like okay, like sometimes it's are you
Over
doing too
bougie,
much
yeah.
right now? Or are you is it legit?
Oh, okay, I got you.
And then trust me, like I said, there's a lot of ego
Don't play
and
him.
bouginess. No, in general, just in the craft beer game. So like,
Wow.
there's breweries that'll sell something for like $22 a 4-pack, and you're like, all right, I'll try it out. And you get it, and you're like, this is not worth it. This is not it.
Oh, okay.
So
I had no idea.
But that's a pretty good setup how you guys send each other the beer because you're not having to spend like X amount of money. You're trying something from the two other for your homies. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying? You're sending them to what you have. So at the end of the day, you're saving money and you're getting to review a great ass product. So
Yeah.
that's what's up.
I
That's
think
a
what's
good way to network.
Yeah,
From
that's
that.
network.
Talk about
part.
network.
In the
Yeah.
brewery game. In the
I've met a
brewery game.
lot of people. Honestly, and this is gonna sound weird saying out loud, beer has done a great job of helping me meet a lot of people nationwide.
Me too. Shit.
So like,
he has
I'll
a lot
tell
of friends at Westgate.
in 2018, there goes the
We got a little.
It's
Okay, we
Halloween
back
type
on. We
shit.
back on.
Hey, it's
Hey,
spooky
Are you afraid of the
season.
dark? Are you afraid of the dark?
Halloween.
So
No script.
in 2018, I was visiting Boston for the first time, and I was like, "Hey, I'm visiting Boston. You want to link up for a beer?" Linked up with this guy. We started chilling, hanging out. We hit a few breweries. He's like taking me around, and vice versa. People come to Arizona. I'm like, "Yo, let me know when you're in
We
town."
got some lit ass breweries out here. Yeah.
Literally.
We're gonna have to check one out, do a review
No, we
or
really
something,
do.
and you
Yeah.
come back because I'm intrigued.
I'm
about
sure
this
you've been
beer.
to a couple of them, right?
I've been to many of them.
some
I mean, out here in
Yeah.
the West Side, TCBC is not far from you guys.
Okay.
Shout out to those guys. Simple Machine is in North Phoenix, so it's a little bit
Simple Machine,
closer.
okay.
There's a few in Tempe. The Shop Beer Company's in Tempe, which
Shout out
is
to
really
you
great.
guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, it depends on where you were you willing to travel or you want to stay local. Thankfully enough, now we're all over. They're all over.
Got you.
Yeah.
So
All over.
when I lived on the west side, on this side of town, it was like I had to travel all the way to either Tempe or Scottsdale or Gilbert
Oh, okay.
just to get beer, just to pick up beer, which was or downtown Phoenix. Or I'm sorry, just Phoenix in general. But it's gotten to the point where now all these breweries have expanded. Now they have either more than one location or there's more breweries around the area.
Low key, yeah. I seen it. Which was it? State 48 Brew, is that one?
Yeah, State
okay,
48 's
okay,
all
I
right.
did see that. I won't go there, but I think they will go there.
Yeah.
They got pretty decent food.
They got some good
They got
food.
some
I
good
mean,
food.
it's
Yeah,
a little,
yeah,
it's
good
on
food.
the,
Don't
You'll
get
go-
it's on
Now
the
go
tag.
for the
It's a
food.
little
Now
tag.
go there.
You can go
But
for
I
the food. Maybe
mean,
not the drinky
Don't do
drink,
that.
but
They got some good food. Okay, that's one of my restaurants. So yeah.
Hey, I'll go there if there is food. I thought that was just brew. But no, guys, I really do love how four of us have the same goal right now, right? We're all on a podcast. We have a vision for the podcast. I know you said you started, dabbling in 2018. What made you be like, all right, you know what? I'm tired of doing 9 to 5. I just want to do this podcast. I want people to see my shit. I want people to see my love for the craft beer. Like, I know, because it's hard sometimes, because when you work, you kind of lose sight of the vision too. So how do you
Absolutely.
remain consistent?
Well, I still have my 9 to 5.
Right.
Hustler.
I still that's
That's
kind
good.
of in me. I gotta keep that going. But you're not the first person to assume that I don't work right now because I do this I did it so often. Excuse me. And no, I have a 9 to 5, and I stay busy. And honestly, it's become. It's great to do, but it's one of those things that right now we're taking a break because it's like I'm like burnt out. So from work, I'm
not
looking
just
at
work, everything, right?
Yeah,
Life is
real. That
This
shit catches
inflation has been kicking everybody ass.
Life is fucking
Why
us.
do you think I'm drinking right now? I need a break. I need me a break, right?
Damn near
What up, man?
Cali gas
but,
prices. So yeah, I can
It's
see
hard to stay
that.
consistent. Absolutely.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it's
hard.
been one of those things where it's like I was speaking to a man here, and we were talking about like the process in general. Just recording is the easy part. Then after you record, because before recording you got to plan everything. Then before, and then the planning it happens, and then after recording you got to go ahead and edit everything, and you got to put it together,
Yes.
and you got to make sure to stay
Just to make
consistent.
this happen,
And-
it was like what, like 2 weeks in
Yeah,
fruitation?
for
It was like
sure,
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, 2-3
Dang.
weeks.
So
Yeah,
it's one of those things that people are like, oh yeah, I can get on a mic and record, and it's like, yeah, but if you really knew the
The
setup,
logistics,
even putting together the agenda, like just the
What
conversation.
they
So
even
behind the
talk about.
scenes,
Yeah.
yeah.
It is. It takes a lot. And what's good is that you stayed consistent for 4 years. I mean,
Yeah.
Because your Instagram
that takes
is
a
popping.
lot,
Like,
guys.
you got crazy videos. I was just like, dang, how does he have time to put all this content?
And
up?
everybody
That
engages.
Do you
part.
have a manager?
Yeah.
And can we borrow them?
Yeah.
No, it's me.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I wish I did.
Sorry,
I would love to have somebody who just like, hey, make a video from this.
And I got it
I'm gonna
from
go
there.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah, I know that makes sense because you said, you remain consistent, but at the same time, it does, you guys. It can get stressful, but when you finally drop it, there's nothing better than seeing people being like, "I saw your episode. It was
Yeah.
so."
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing
True.
better. They'll say, "I saw KJ.
True.
I
It's
saw
funny you
Honey.
say
I
that.
saw
Yeah.
Raquel." There is something, that when we connect with you guys, we do this for you guys.
Yeah.
You might be
Respect.
going through some stress right now, or maybe going through life is fucking you in the ass, literally. But we all here, we all feel it, and we're not.
We all go
This
through
is the
it,
Realness
yeah.
Lounge podcast, and we just gonna be as real as we can.
Shit, we was
Absolutely.
running late. That's real, okay?
Absolutely,
That was not
Literally.
literally.
No, literally. And you know what? We haven't done this before on an episode, but with his beer, we're going to do a truth or drink challenge. And y'all,
hey,
I don't even know what that is.
everybody, I know these questions.
I don't know either, but it sound good. We're gonna try it
So
out.
what is it? I'm sorry, you gonna go with the rules?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
explain
truth or
it.
drink. So basically, you can either say the truth or you can drink to cover up your. Let's say if I ask you what's your body count, you don't want to answer, you gonna drink.
Okay, this is the light.
shit.
This is the light segment that we're gonna have y'all have a little fun with.
Yeah, like it's gonna.
Okay,
So
okay.
this is actually gonna. We're gonna actually learn a lot about their past if they want to say it. If not, we're gonna learn a lot about how much they love beer.
Just know that
But
you take that drink, you know, now you looking suspicious. That's all
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
say.
be like, hey, but you know what? If he don't claim you, it's okay. Somebody else will.
No,
And if she don't claim
it's
you,
not your time.
it's not your time. It's not
right,
your time
just
right
stick to the
now.
side, my baby. Just stick to the side.
All right,
time will
guys.
come.
So everybody got their drinks.
Actually, I'm empty, so it's all right. I would just tell the truth.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
wait, wait.
No, we need to fill it up,
Yeah,
right?
fill it
I
up.
know I'm empty. This is it. I mean, I got another can in there, but like I'm right now empty. But it's all right. You guys, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, you sure?
Sure. Because
I
we
mean,
can take a little. We can take a little
we take a
pause.
little
I got a podcast, so
back
you know,
into it.
yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
There
So we
we
got
go.
10 questions, guys. It's going to be short, but it's going to be so funny because I already know these questions are going to really make y'all go. Like, let me have a shot. So, all right, guys. So the first question is, when was the last time you had sex?
Everybody get
Tuesday.
What?
She said Tuesday.
He said
All right.
Tuesday.
All right. So if you
Hey,
can either
honest.
answer it or you can drink to cover it.
Actually, man, sorry, Sunday. Sorry, I had to think about it.
No, I was low key
Hey, he
gonna
was
say
happy.
Sunday
Hey, I
too.
noticed he was happy lately.
Wait, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on. Tuesday. No, I gotta go back. And what was it on Tuesday night?
Hey, he was honest. All right. So you can either answer it or you can drink it.
All right, let me see. Beat up my baby daddy like last Friday. So probably like Tuesday, Wednesday last week. I'm gonna say Tuesday, Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Hey, I know that's the glow on her. I just wanted to ask.
I don't fuck with him. He gets no crowd here. No.
All right, KJ.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drink to that one.
Try
I'll
again.
drink, yeah, try again.
Hey, you know what?
Damn, I
At
should have brought my
least-
beer for this conversation.
We need another 4-pack.
All right, all
You
right.
feel me? Quality.
Have you ever hooked up with someone you met while traveling?
Nah.
Traveling. Oh.
I ain't gonna hold
Oh,
y'all.
wait.
Nah, I'm a chicken. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta
Wait.
get to know you for a couple, at least
Hold on.
couple
So
weeks.
if I travel and meet up, is that the same as? Is this like a random meetup? Like is this
No,
I just met you?
Like you went to
No, I have.
Barbados.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Come
no,
on,
no,
now,
I
I have. Like,
You go to Barbados, boom.
I went on a trip to San Diego, and it
He
is what it
said
is.
San Diego had cracking for your
He
boy.
said, hey,
Shout out to Mission Beach.
whatever happened. He said, Missionary Beach on Mission
Oh,
Beach.
Mission Beach.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Okay, Raquel, it's on you.
No.
Yeah, come on. You part of the game.
Hey.
Go ahead, sip your water.
You thirsty.
You thirsty.
All right, hold up. I will not fuck somebody while I'm traveling because I don't know what the fuck you got when you might be traveling somewhere else.
Facts.
Hey,
Them
hey.
layovers ain't fun.
I'll answer. Okay. Who hasn't went? Nobody else?
We're all good.
No, we all went.
All right. If you could fuck a celebrity, who would it be and why?
Ooh, you gonna get.
Man.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica
And
Biel.
you know what? She's fucking hot. That's
She's
true.
pretty.
amazing.
She's pretty.
Low key, yeah.
She's pretty.
All right. KJ, you?
Man, that's tough. That's tough. Give me a second though. Like,
He has a couple in his head right now. He's rolling down the Rolex.
But you know what? Hey, you might hate me or not, but hey, Megan Fox, she bad.
She
as fuck.
fucking
Hey,
hot. Who-
Megan
She
Fox
bad.
is a baddie. She is for sure
She
bad.
Hey,
bad.
Megan Fox, if you see this right now.
Okay.
Her and her weird
So,
thumbs.
Let me
Yes,
think. For a
she
female, definitely Megan Thee Stallion. Her booty just jiggle too good. I'm sorry. Like,
Oh, low key. She got them long legs.
She got
Ice
them
Spice.
she
Put 'em
got
in
them
the air,
legs. You
like,
feel me?
oh.
Yeah, she got them legs. A dude, nah, really ain't nobody special. I'm like, they ain't got no razzle dazzle for me, really.
Damn, she
Shit,
said she'll
damn.
fuck a girl.
Hey,
Yeah,
dude,
they
y'all
got
gotta
no
pick that
razzle
shit
Y'all
up.
need to get
Come
your
on,
shit
I
Jack.
up.
can't think of nobody, no rappers, no actors. I can't think of nobody off the top of my head. I can't think of
Nobody.
nobody.
All right. Me, I'm gonna say Carol G.
Of course,
Ooh.
we all know you're obsessed.
We
bad.
gonna do Carol G, Selena Gomez all in one.
Oh
Like,
my god,
put me
I knew
through.
Selena was gonna come next.
I'm gonna tell KJ to tag team in it.
Hey.
Ask him
Yeesh.
to put me
Tag
through, shout
team.
out.
I'll record it.
We'll hire Dakota. Again.
Shout out Dakota.
Shout out Dakota.
I'm gonna hide you one time.
Like, y'all tripping.
All right, next one. What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? Embarrassing.
Man,
Damn.
some embarrassing. Ooh.
That's tough for me because I don't get embarrassed. Like if I do, I mean, it have to be something.
I
like,
embrace that shit. Yeah, like low key. I'm
Low-key.
like,
It's gotta be like
humility,
involuntary
like-
body something or other. Like something happens, shit myself or something like that, which has never
Oh,
happened.
when I'm
But,
like super drunk, I'll be like
Oh, wait.
accidentally like thinking my phone is my cup, and I'll like try to drink my. I ain't gonna lie, I've done that so many times, bro. Yeah, but I just be like, man, fuck y'all, I'm drunk.
Hey, you know what? I feel like I think I rolled down the stairs in elementary school because
You rolled down the stairs in elementary.
no, okay, so let me if you guys went to Thompson Ranch and you know this story, then this
Shout
was
out
gonna
Thompson Ranch.
Shout out Thompson Ranch. Okay, so my teacher was a pretty, I'm not gonna body shame her, but she was pretty thick,
Gordita?
you know,
Gordita?
yeah.
Okay.
She was like a torta. But like but she was like, I was running trying to go to recess, you know what I'm saying? I'm young, I'm trying to go to recess. And then she rolled down the stairs. And then I'm like, oh shit, what happened to her? And then my shoe untied, and then I rolled down the stairs.
So you rode down the stairs with your teacher?
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's a
Roly
sight.
poly ollies, all
and
right.
no, I don't know how, and you know what? I just got back up like nothing.
Like nothing
Like, I was
happened.
like, it's all good, guys. I'm good. Even though, damn right. I mean, because I had people watching, and I was like,
Oh, you was embarrassed.
yeah. Like, imagine high school falling down them stairs.
man.
Woo, we gonna be
I
on
would've laughed
Snapchat.
at
Like,
your
this bitch
ass.
just rode down the stairs.
All over Snapchat.
Yeah.
All over.
Okay. Now, okay, here's another one, guys. This is for Instagram, all right? Out of all the women or men you guys follow on Instagram, how many have you slid on their DMs?
I lost count.
That I slid up on their DMs? Probably
Let's
like
go.
two. Maybe like two. They was like tattoo model dudes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
she's
two.
like-
but hey, I did shoot my shot, and I got that number, so I'm gonna see you in Miami later, baby.
I'm getting flown out.
Oh, see, that's a setup for the first question or the second question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit,
All
we
right.
talk on the phone.
There you go. See,
Yeah, me, nah, yeah. To be honest, really none.
None. All
None,
right. So
yeah.
y'all sliding his DMs. Hey, you know what? I feel that one. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't chase.
Hey, we don't chase, we attract.
Yeah,
that's
that part.
all of us right here.
Shit.
We manifest that shit. And I think the next question, and we're just gonna end it here. On regards to the segment, guys, I hope you guys learned a lot when it comes to being flown out to Miami. She going to Miami, guys. Hey.
I don't know if he's gonna fly me out, but I mean, I'm gonna have me a good time. He gonna pay for something, you know?
She got. Hey, I ain't going if you ain't paying for shit. That's what she
You gotta
said.
pay for the whole thing. We gonna pay for something.
All right. Build your ideal threesome.
Raquel, what are you on right now? What is going
Build
on
my-
with her questions?
Can you repeat that question?
Hey, build your. Hey, you know what? We all grown here. The Realness Lounge, they want to know. Build your ideal threesome.
Well, you know what? Shit, now that you say that, I'm gonna throw Ice Spice in there and probably fuck it. Who I mentioned earlier, Megan Fox.
Megan, Ice.
Ice Spice. That's just
interesting.
That's just exotic.
That's
right
some
there.
interesting. That's interesting as fuck. Because
Damn,
there's
Ice
totally.
Spice.
What about SZA?
Nah, miss
SZA?
me with that one. She too.
He said, "Miss me with that."
I'll take Ice Spice. Oof, she bad.
All right, you.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not into threesomes. It's not. I don't like sharing. Is not caring. We is not
Ooh,
doing that.
way to be
I'm
honest. Okay,
sorry. We is not on that type of vibe over here. But I embrace it. I like that for you though.
Hey,
see, like, so Jessica Biel was definitely like crushed, so that's like wifey type of thing. But like threesome, I don't know. Like, I don't have like. That's a. You know what? I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. It'll be Aaliyah, rest in peace,
Ooh.
and Alicia Keys. I'm gonna do that.
Ooh, I
Damn.
like that combo.
man,
I'm like, you know what?
It's gonna be real passionate in that motherfucker.
you give
Listen.
me.
We making some real music.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna keep it like
He
that.
gonna do
I'm
the
just like, you know
unthinkable
what?
with you.
Yeah.
Let the man
Swizz,
dream.
my bad, bro,
Let the
but like,
man
I mean,
dream.
this, you know,
Hey.
early A keys is my shit.
Let the man dream.
Low key. I'm gonna say Selena Gomez and Maite Peroni from Roberta.
I thought you would say Carol.
I knew you was gonna
what?
say somebody from Better
I thought you were gonna say Carol G.
No, I knew she be
That's
fucking
a
with them.
foursome.
She be fucking with them.
Goddamn.
You know, no, but guys, we did this segment just kind of make it, light.
Let's
'cause-
have fun.
Yeah, this is really gonna kind of make it light because
Not
we
too
are gonna get
serious.
pretty deep. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So we want to
Facts.
make sure we make it light, make it fun. Not these. I know these questions. You guys heard them before, and you guys are probably like, "Ooh, I don't know what I would do if I heard that question."
Right.
That
So
part.
y'all
watching
don't know
me?
me, so I ain't all freaky
Yeah.
deaky like you might think.
We all got
you know.
fantasies. We
Yeah.
all got
We all got
fantasies.
The
desires.
threesome is not one of mine. I mean, like maybe in a a little private jet. You know what I'm saying? That'd be nice. You know,
Miami,
I like that.
Right here, Miami.
Miami, here I come.
You can rent a jet.
Hey, Pound Town,
Hey,
Pound Town.
Downtown.
Ski.
Hey, That's what KJ said. He said, ski.
I'll be in the crib, not for the streets.
Yeah, right there.
Look at
making that organic brewery.
Whoever was he had on Sunday, you special, baby, because he said, nah.
Shout out to you on Sunday.
To you.
We're going to call you on Sunday. Shout out to you on Sunday. No, but well, I think what's really cool, too, about his podcast is that not only is it about beer, but it's about gaming, too. And then also, the whole reason we made this episode, Drink That Shit or Feel That Shit, right, is because aside from drinking, you know what I'm saying, there's always that pain that we feel, right? So sometimes we can use alcohol as an escape. I mean, what do you think about that, honey?
Absolutely. Like, abso-fucking-lutely you can. I've done it. I'm pretty sure people on this couch have done it. You guys that are listening and watching, you guys have done it.
Absolutely.
And it's a point where it's like, okay, you're going through shit. A couple drinks ain't going to hurt you.
Yeah.
But we're meaning in the fact that if you're going past a couple drinks, you wake up, you go to sleep, you go take a shit, you got to have a drink. You don't want to damage yourself. Us being young, number one, even if you're a little bit older watching this podcast, at the end of the day, alcohol, overdoing it and abusing it is going to fuck you up mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I don't care what you say.
What do you think about that, KJ, too? Like,
yeah, just exactly what what Honey said. That's just, if you overdo it, that shit gonna take you right down the hill.
Yeah.
Right down the hill, physically, mentally.
Overdoing it, yeah. And what about you, Max?
I mean, it's in my family. It's happened in my family, so it's something that's close to my heart. And and I have friends who just friends and family who are just I can see, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? But when it's one of those things where we as friends and family, when we recognize it and we see it, we got to reach out, right?
Absolutely.
And it's
facts. We love them. Yeah.
And sometimes it becomes a challenge because they don't see it or they don't recognize it.
Low key, yeah. That's
and
they get defensive.
Yeah, exactly.
They yell at you.
It's not that much, or it's not that serious.
Yeah,
or
I can
whatever
stop
it is.
whenever.
Yeah. So and you do it. Like, what's the difference, type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's once you recognize the issue, and that's when you got to fight them. Fight them to save them, type of thing. Like that's the tough part, right? Because when you start having those conversations with them, and you start putting your foot down, or you start saying, listen,
confronting
you can
them.
hate me, but I'm here for you. Like, this is going to be something.
Just be real with them.
Absolutely.
That's when it becomes difficult, and you as an individual, you'll be willing to accept that hate, accept that anger from them.
Like, I know you're mad right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's it's tough to deal with. It is. And sometimes you're like, hey, this person has way too many issues. I got my own issues, type of thing.
Yeah.
But it depends on how close you are to that person. If you feel like, hey, listen, let me just lend a hand. I've had conversations with friends, and they're like, I'm suicidal, or I'm this, or I'm that, and and I'm like, listen, let's really look at what the core problem is. Like, what is the real issue, right?
What is the real issue? That's the point.
So sometimes people don't know what the real issue is, so they start jumping to different things, and it becomes and I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not none of that shit.
Yeah,
so I play one on TV. But other than
facts.
that, I'm just speaking from like my experiences.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so it's important for you to say, like, think about this, right? Think about what you're doing. Like, who are you willing to hurt for this? Like, that's what it comes down to. Are you willing to
Not
hurt
just
your
yourself, but
parents?
others, your family,
Like, you might
your
think
kids.
it's
If you got
self-inflicted, and
kids.
only you.
Yeah.
But there's people that impact because of this.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So usually that kind of helps wake up, and you have that moment of clarity. And sometimes you got to introduce them to something else. Whether it be fitness, whether it be podcasting, whether it be games or something, whatever it is.
Man, he knows. That's what's up.
I'm a huge
Absolutely.
believer in idle hands. So like
I love
that's
that.
that's
If
where,
if I'm busy doing podcasting in the gym, I'm not gonna be busy doing drinking. You know. What
Yes,
I
I
mean?
love that.
Yep.
Self-care, self-love, what he said. And
Substitute that.
I think what he said about, in the family, part of this episode too has to do a lot with me and my family. And I'm not going to ever shame my father, because I love my father no matter what. That is my dad. I will ride for my dad no matter what. Growing up, I had a alcoholic, abusive father. And he told me, but when you're young, you're kind of just like, why do they hate you, or what's wrong, or what do we do to them, but then when you get older, you kind of realize that your parents had some type of trauma to them to make them the way they are. So one day, in your 20s, your trauma starts coming up. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but your brain fully develops at 25, right? So I asked my dad one day, and I was like, why were you like so stuck on beer for so long, or why did you do those things? And he told me, he was an athlete, and he got in a car accident with a train. Like, literally, he's living when he got hit by a train. Can you imagine that? So basically what happened was he lost it all. Like he lost everything. And so every day he would come home from work, be angry and drink and drink and drink and drink. And in a way, it was his escape because he didn't want to feel the pain of being disabled. He didn't want to feel the pain. It's pain.
Yeah.
You guys don't want to feel the pain.
Nope.
You want to drink that
Escape
shit. You don't want to feel that shit.
Yeah, true.
And that's why I feel like this episode is so deep to a lot of people, and will be deep to you guys as well. But like, when you don't want to, when you want to feel, or maybe you weren't taught, maybe as a kid you were not taught to express your emotions, right? So let's say you were young, and if you were to cry, they'd be like, "Hey, are you crying? I'm gonna whoop your ass," and you're just kind of like, "Fuck, I can't really like." So when something bad happens to you, you turn to substances because you don't know how to express those emotions, or you don't know, fuck, like I have this pain.
That's facts.
What the fuck and you were never taught, and it's not your fault.
Right.
But when you notice that this is a problem, and you notice that this is what I'm using a negative coping mechanism to help myself when I could be going to the gym, when I could be reading books, when I could be on a hike. But when you don't want to, feel it, you're going to drink it. When you get in a heartbreak, you in the club drinking.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure y'all watching this and you're like, damn, I was just at the club last night. But yeah, you in the club because you don't want to feel it. But when you feel it is when you heal it.
Yeah, that's true. And also, too, I feel like if you're in a group of friends that these friends drink damn near every day, like it's always like a kickback or a pull up, we about to have a taco night or whatever, and there's always alcohol involved, sometimes you get adapted to always drinking, and you might not have grew up having a drinking problem or a family member that has a drinking problem, but you're around people that have had that trauma, so now they're rubbing that off on you. So now when you're going through something, you know now, hey, well, shit, I can go pull up at my homegirl, my homeboy's house, I know they finna be having a drink, and now you've turned yourself into a consistent drinker, not dealing with your problems.
Yeah,
Because
that
you're
part.
seeing,
Wow.
That part. Yeah, you are who you surround
Your
yourself
circle.
with.
Yeah, it's
facts.
always, sometimes that's just the closest people to you. It doesn't have to be your family. It could just be your friend, and you're like, well, shit, they drink, and then they feel better. She's happy, or oh, well, he brushed that off. You know what I mean? Or she lost her job, but she
Let me try that. Let me try
Let me
that.
try
Yeah,
something
let
else.
me go
And now
ahead.
you're in this bad cycle that you don't know how to get out of. That you surrounded yourself with that type of energy. So it's also the energy that you surround yourself
Wow.
with. As
That
well.
that shit hits. Yeah.
Yeah,
And what do you think about that, Max, too?
Yeah, I mean, it's important to know who you're around, right? Like, what are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? There's a flip side to that, because then you have like the false idols, I guess you can call them, whatever it is, people you follow who you think are in your best interests, and you get burned or whatever it is. So it's tough. It's tough to kind of like, it's life. You gotta, you're gonna learn the hard way, and hopefully you do learn and you learn from that. But you always want to have certain people, like you said, certain people in your circle, right? Like you're an average of the three closest people
You are
around
who
you.
you surround yourself
So,
with.
like, that's
If you surround yourself with 5 billionaires, what that make you? The 6 billionaires. If you surround yourself with
Or
5
upcoming for sure.
Yeah.
stupid motherfuckers, you the 6 stupid motherfucker. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah.
You are who you surround yourself with.
So I'm very much like I'm a solution oriented kind of person, right? So if somebody has a problem, I'm gonna, and I might not be the best friend to talk to about this sometimes. And I'm like, well, just do this or just fix that. And I say, hey, listen, I know there's a lot more to it than that, but when you break it down to its core, you can start making these changes by doing this or by doing that.
You admit it. You're aware of it. At least
So
you're
I might not be what you want to hear.
Yes.
But eventually it'll click.
Yeah.
You might be mad at me at
that
first.
part
Yeah,
clear.
but it's what
And
you
sometimes
need,
people
though.
come over and they're like, I tell people too, like they want to come over and, like I was
Clear.
telling you earlier about us drinking and bullshitting and whatnot, and then they take that as an opportunity to vent to me, and I'm like, listen, I'm here for you, but I'm really trying to enjoy myself, so I don't go down that rabbit hole. I'm trying to chill too. So if you do have a time where you need a moment to talk, let's talk. Let me know, like, hey, Joe, I'm gonna come over. I need to chop it up because I'm not feeling it today. But if you could just walk into somebody and say, hey, guys, you know what? Let's have a good time. And then you're like, hey, so this is what happened to me this week, and this is killing me inside.
Yeah, don't bring me down with you.
I can't. I'm not prepared for that. So I'm not going to be
Your
able to
energy.
assist you. I'm not going to be able to help you. But, if you have that honesty with your closest friends and whatnot, you say, hey, listen, I'm going to come over. You cool? If I just kind of hang out and bullshit. I have people come, we talk about breakups and whatnot. I had a friend come over. He's like, hey, I just broke up with my girl. She kind of, whatever. And he's like, I just want to drink and just chill.
Yeah,
and
vent a little
I'm
bit.
just
Yeah,
like,
talk
all right,
about it.
cool. Let's get a
Hey,
bottle
talk
and
to
let's
people. Talk to somebody.
chop it up.
True.
And I'm in a controlled space, right? So I know how to maintain myself. So
what's
if
up,
he
yeah.
goes over the edge, I can say, hey, you know what? We got to stop or whatever it is. But we went through it and moved on. That sometimes you
Feeling
need that
it.
escape.
Let
but
it out, yeah.
they say drink responsibly, and I use that loosely because some people don't know what that is. But if you have the right crew around you, you can help with that.
Yeah, that's true.
But like I said, it's one of those things where it's good to have a good circle. But again, I'm not sure if I'm the right person to talk about this because I'm like, but then the folks who are always venting to you can be toxic as well.
Absolutely.
And so like I'm very much about that. So if your priority is to come to me and just dump shit on me daily.
Oh, I heard
And
that
I'm
term
like,
before. Like it's a wheelbarrow.
Nah.
Everybody
Yeah,
has a wheelbarrow.
yeah.
They're trying to dump their
I like
shit
that.
on their
And
wheelbarrow.
we
So
can handle
again, but
that
I'm not gonna just push you out and say, hey, you know,
you'll hear them out, listen.
but I'm like,
to
listen,
them, but
I'm cool with chilling, but let's just have a good time.
give them some
Sometimes like
advice.
silence is all you need within yourself just to sit there and think and figure it out. Sometimes you got to take a step back, in my opinion, from like everything, regardless of whatever is going on. You can't help
I love
nobody,
that.
and nobody can help you if you're not 100%.
That's facts.
Period. Point blank. It could be you going to work, you know, drinking, smoking a lot, whatever it is. You cannot just put all that energy on someone else because now you're gonna fuck up their path because now they're worried about you. Now they're not focusing on what they need to do, and that becomes a problem too. Now you just made somebody else have a fucked up day based off of your energy and your presence.
Low key, I think that's so true too. I mean, KJ, what do you say about that too? I mean, can people drink to escape, and then have you noticed it? What you said within your family, or what do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. People could drink to escape. I mean, I went through phases of my life, drinking to escape, but I know that's not the answer. But yeah, definitely that shit runs in my family, like low key. Like, I lost my mother at a very young age. I'm not saying it's to that, but it was the wrong decisions and choices. I think my mom was only like 42, and actually, shout out to my mom. It's her birthday.
Oh,
happy
shout out to
birthday,
the
KJ
mom.
mama.
Rest in peace, Nadine Macias. But anyways, yeah, I also lost an uncle of mine to cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh wow,
He was
yeah.
very, very young, and that shit runs in our family.
Yeah,
I have
alcoholism
a
is
cousin
real.
of mine who I love dearly. And he's actually the son of my uncle who died. So he actually, I kind of see like glimpses of it, but and just kind of like what Max was saying earlier, you got to reach out to them and fight them because you love them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to fight them to love them. But
Wow. Wow. I love that.
you got to reach out and check on them and be like, hey, yo, this ain't the answer.
And I think
Absolutely.
I've done that for a couple of people because one, you kind of see, okay, like I know you're hurting right now, but have you thought about getting Pilates or I'm saying going to the gym, signing up for boxing, like when it starts to affect you medically, which is my dad, he was an alcoholic at first. His neighbor started getting his best friend, he would always drink with him all the time, started getting cirrhosis of the liver.
No
And so my
way.
dad literally stopped drinking, has not drank for like over 12 years now because he started to realize how much, I mean, if it affects your best friend and you see your best friend being so critically ill, you're just like, man, like, it's kind of like a wake up call. Like when things happen to your body, you could pay attention to it too. You're like, man, I'm noticing I'm getting a beer belly right now. Like, should I, what I'm saying? Your body kind of gives you signals of, you got to listen to your body because your body does give you signals. And they're like, something going wrong here. Like I'm feeling I'm throwing up every day. I'm going to the hospital. I'm blacking out. There's something wrong. And so if you ignore those signs, it tends to progress and progress and progress. And that's when that happens with the liver. And that's when, but that's something
Don't let it get to that point.
Yeah, don't let it get to that point.
Don't
No,
let it get to that
absolutely.
point.
It's in my family as well. My dad, big alcoholic, big drinker, and now that, from him drinking for so many years, it really being heavy when he was younger before I was even born or thought of, took a little break once I came, you know what I mean? And then after his mother passed away, he started, stopped drinking Corona. Now he's drinking heavy liquor. Now he's
Right back on it.
CDO drive.
shit.
He has a
He trying to
CDO
escape.
work.
Don't
and
wanna
shit.
feel
And
that
now
shit.
he's, pouring shots into his coffee while he's driving.
Wow.
It's stuff like that it's really serious. And now my dad's, in the hospital.
This is your father, right?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
my
wheelchair
God.
bound. Now he has end-stage renal failure. His liver is failing. Like, he's going through all these things.
Damn.
And he's only 67, you feel me? Like, that's still
That's
very
still
young.
pretty
in
young
my
That is
age.
pretty
That's still
young,
pretty
yeah.
so
young
when
age,
you're
yeah.
doing all these things at our age, 30s, and you're not thinking about like the consequences, when you get older to the point where like now your kids have kids and now you can't be a full-time grandparent and you can't be there, it's really fucked up to see somebody going through that, not being able to talk to you anymore, and him not being able to open his eyes. Like it's a real thing, and it really has affected me so much. I started drinking when he first got sick, and I was like, oh wait, hold on, like
Man.
he's sick like this. I don't want
you
to
don't
be
wanna
sick
see-
like this. I don't want my kids to take care of me in this type of condition at 67. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really hard to deal with, and I did start, go back into an old habit of drinking, like by myself, not even being at a club around people. And I was like, okay, I don't even drink like this. I'm a social drinker, of course, but just to be sitting around drinking a 211 or taking shots.
What got you out of it? What got you out of it?
Like my dad being in the ICU, like him being there for 2 months straight, and I was just like, bro, I'm not finna end up like this. Like I can't. Like I had to take a step back. Don't. All my friends, like, and just focus on work, focus on my kids, focus on myself, my family. Like I don't go out as much as I used to. Like I be in the house, you know what I'm saying? Not just because it's the holiday time, but I had to separate myself from that toxic energy. I had friends that were helping me enable myself. And they also was going through stuff, so it was like, okay, well, shit, we all going through something, we'll all, hang out, like I said, and drink. And sometimes you have to separate yourself from that crowd, and I definitely had to do it for myself.
That's what me and Max were saying. It doesn't just affect you; it affects everybody around you. It's a ripple effect.
It is.
I think I'm proud of you too, because it takes a lot to get out of that. Because I know in the mindset, she's going through all this as we speak. And drinking because you don't want to feel it, and then you're just kind of like,
you're confused, like why is this happening? I'm praying, if you're religious or not, like you're praying to somebody, the universe, asking for answers and help, because it's like he was just fine, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, like now he's in the ICU in critical condition, incubated. Like it's very scary to see like your parents or anybody that you love in that situation, and you're just like, damn, like I'll drink, but drinking every day. No,
it's like a warning.
It's a big wake up call. I want to be 67, like looking good still, going on trips, with my kids and shit. I don't want to be
don't abuse it.
Hospital. You don't want to abuse it because it's there. You know what I'm saying? Shit, a $5 bottle, you feel like you on top of the world. Then once that hangover's gone, once you done throwing up, you feel in the back how you did.
Woo!
It's not the answer.
Shit, and
not the answer.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching this right now, I'm sure you guys can relate. I mean, how many times have you drank at a club to kind of, escape something? Maybe you're going through a breakup, the guy cheated on you, and you're in the club.
Starbucks cups. Yeah. It's not juice.
Because you don't want it. Like that's the whole point. The part is you didn't want to feel that shit, so you just drank that shit. You're like, I don't want to feel this shit, and it's hard because at the time you're like, your mind's all fucked up, you're thinking the worst, you're like, man, like I don't want to feel this pain,
especially if you haven't really been through a lot of like traumatic things anyways, and something like abrupts your normal life. It's like you don't know what to do, so it's kind of like being like a baby, like you don't know what to do, you're just gonna keep on picking stuff up. So in a sense, you're just picking up bottles, you're picking up this. If you're a smoker, if hey, you do drugs, recreational drugs, whatever, it's always something that people gravitate to. And it's not the answer to abuse it just because it's there and it makes you feel better. It's a million things to do in the world that can make you feel
not
just
the
as
answer.
good.
I mean, we're a perfect example. I mean, look at us. I mean, instead of choosing that, I mean, I've been through it, done that, and I'm choosing podcasts.
Shout out to the podcast. Shout out to the podcast.
It's all about choices.
I love that.
I'm putting my money and my energy into this podcast. Forget putting it into a bottle or going out to the club. Put it into something positive. You get positive results.
Your work, guys, your goals, and I think KJ, how I would say, like the question for KJ would be, how can you get yourself out of that mindset of fuck, like, oh, I'm drinking too much, I don't feel good. What can you do differently to escape?
That's a very good question, and I have a very good answer for it that I think is a good answer. But, in reality, there really is no magic words I could tell you. There really is no magic words I could tell you. It's up to you. A person can only do so much to help you out. You know what I mean? They can lead you to the water, but it's up to you to drink the water.
True. Facts.
But yeah, no, there is no magic words I could give you. It's if I could do it, anybody could do it. Like really, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It really does. You got to have a lot of strength.
What would be some healthy coping mechanism that you can do instead of drinking, instead of going to the club? What's something alternative that maybe this person's watching it right now and they're like, man, like I've been thinking about this. I've been watching this episode. I saw KJ, Honey. They're all talking. We see Max here. I don't want to drink anymore. What can I do to be a healthy?
The gym.
Woo!
Dead ass the gym.
Go ahead, EOS Fitness.
Go to the gym. Sign up for a boxing class.
Yeah.
Go to EOS. I don't give a fuck. Get the cheapest membership you could get.
Wow.
Just show
That's
up.
True.
Wow.
The gym and talking to God. Talking to God changed my life for real. Like God.
Absolutely.
And even reading a book, podcast.
Reading
going
a book?
on a hike.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Max?
I mean, to echo everything he said, it's just find something. There's always something for you to do. If your mind is wandering type of thing, and I get that a lot often from friends, my mind just kind of like I can't stop thinking about things or whatever it is. It might sound like I'm joking, and in a way I am, but I'm kind of not. But like Fitness is one of them. Start, running, walking. You don't have to do a lot. You don't have to compare yourself to anybody else.
Wow.
Fitness is the easiest way to do it because it's one of those things where you can start as simple as just walking around the block, running around the block. It's one of those things. Get involved in groups. There's tons of free groups out there. Like if you in your area, you can sure you look.
Wow. I
There's
love
sites
that.
that
I love that.
If you don't know how to do something, just
YouTube it.
YouTube exactly.
it.
YouTube it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get lost in the world of YouTube. You'll find videos after videos after videos after
Yes.
videos. There's a lot of things you can get into, and it's okay to fail at those things. That's what you got to understand too.
Yes.
So failing doesn't mean you're not good at it. You just haven't found it yet, or you haven't gotten to that point yet.
I
Yeah.
love
And who
that.
cares if you suck at it? Sign up for it.
Yeah.
Who
Sign
cares?
up.
I signed up
Right.
for boxing. I'm not the best at it, but I still show up every day.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's what mattered right there.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would say just keep your mind busy. I had a friend who
Positive.
he was a heavy drinker, and he started like working out, and it got to the point where he was working out a lot. He was working out heavy. He's doing like 2 hours a day, and
Woo.
I'm like, all right, dude, relax.
Dang.
You're doing too much. And then it got to the point where he's like sober October, and I'm like, all right, dude, like chill. Like,
This is my best friend now.
so
That though. Sober October.
sober October, dry January, all that shit. I'm like, I don't know, like I get it. I get why you're doing it.
Don't
And
overdo
if this is for me, I'm gonna say, you don't need to do that. But if this is what you need to do to get
In
you,
your life,
Hey,
yeah.
go for it. I'm not gonna be that negative influence and whatever. So just keep yourself busy.
I love that.
I like that. Keep
And guys,
yourself
spooky
busy.
season's
Hey,
coming
season.
up.
talking about
Do
that.
more
We're about to be
OT.
at Halloween.
For
Parties
real.
coming up.
What do you think about that, honey? Too. Like, what can
Me
you do?
honestly, is you have to be persistent. You have to want it for yourself. Like you can have all the advice, all the love, all the prayers, but at the end of the day, you have to want it for yourself. You have to want it. If you believe in yourself, if you wake up, say your affirmations inside the mirror. I don't care what you do. If you're walking around the house in your drawers
like
or whatever, let's put your favorite music on, cook you something
Hey.
to eat. I personally got into cooking, like more home style cooking, more organic foods. I got back into painting. Painting is like the most relaxation thing you can do.
So she bringing us plates
Yeah,
next episode.
they're like if you like this is stuff that you could do that's like don't cost you maybe $10. You can make a $10 miracle meal. I'm telling you guys.
Right.
You can.
Painting. I mean,
Yeah,
shit,
you go to the
painting.
craft store, get like some brushes,
Arts
get a
and crafts?
canvas, and just paint something. It could be
$10.
watercolors, it could be whatever. Like get creative.
Put on
When you're
some salsa
creative.
and start painting.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Ah,
saying? Hey, put on some Ari
Put on some
Lennox,
Sexy
Drake,
Red
you
and
know?
shit. Paint
If you
something.
feeling spicy, put on some Cardi B or some Megan. I don't
Hey,
know, you
shit.
know.
Hey,
Just
have a
get
little
into
glass of wine and
Yeah, try
Hey,
to learn
responsible.
yourself
Drink
back,
responsible.
You know? Yeah,
Right,
get
yeah.
yourself
alcohol
back.
and
Get yourself back. That's what it is. Get yourself back. Yeah, I think when you hear "get yourself back," guys, what does that mean to you?
get yourself right.
Back
you
on
know
my
what I mean?
bully. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Hey, she said, "I'm back on my
Back-
bully." Hey, what does that mean to you?
Just you know what you want to do and you know where you want to be and put that reminder
Pursue it.
one where it is and say, hey, are you there? If you're not, okay, get back to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you lose sight of yourself, guys. Like if you're watching this right now and you lost sight of yourself, it is never too late
Happens
to
to everybody.
rewrite your story.
No, it's not. Even it's just saying like I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna drink today. I'm not gonna drink today. I'm not gonna. You can keep saying it over and over. Your mind and your body and with the energy, you're gonna eventually not drink. You're gonna eventually do these things that you want. You have to speak it up. You have to believe in what your future is. If you don't believe your future that you're never gonna stop drinking, you ain't gonna never stop drinking. You gotta see yourself sober. See yourself with a better job, better house, better car, better friends. You just gotta look to the future with this type of alcoholism that is so it overpowers a lot of people and it's really
love
hard
that.
to fight. So you gotta push through it.
Fight, guys. Fight
gotta
through
push
it.
through it.
And we're here all. If you guys need any support, we got KJ right
Yeah.
here. We got Max right here. We got Honey right here. All these
Absolutely.
people, we're all facing trials and tribulations, but we are not giving up. We're trying to get ourselves right.
Never
KJ,
quit.
y'all see
Never
him in the
quit.
gym.
Never quit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Y'all
Nah,
see him
for
in the
real.
boxing gym. Y'all see him putting in the work. Y'all see Honey out here cooking. You see him out here with the craft beer. You like, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
following his hobbies,
trying to
his
get it,
goals.
yeah.
Shoot,
you know?
become a workaholic. I got 2 jobs right now.
Hey,
Shit.
get your money up. Get
Put
your
your, money,
bag.
put your energy into a bag.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's
You
enough
can
side
never lose
hustles
out that
now
one.
that
Shoot,
Yeah.
you
So
can
many.
read for like
Look,
$100 a minute. You can read
We
books
doing one right
for
now.
Amazon.
Yeah, shit. Do a podcast. Do
Do a
something.
podcast.
Anyone watch this? If you guys need help,
If we can do it, yeah, reach out to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
we'll show you
facts.
guys.
And one of our listeners actually reached out to me and did want to share her story.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, after being a domestic, she was in a domestic abusive relationship. When she was out of it, she was being wild. She was losing sight of who she was, and alcohol was her escape. Escaping the painful feelings she felt, she realized after attending therapy that this was masking her emotions. She would black out every day only to wake up with the same destructive patterns. She felt, well, if I'm working all week, I deserve some fun, right? But the problems when she woke up in the morning were still there. Nothing was going away except a temporary escape. She never realized how destructive she became and reliant she became. She mentioned sex and alcohol were negative coping mechanisms that she used to heal her. Now she's in therapy, and her therapist helped her see how she became. She is now learning that healing is self-love. She takes care of her kids, rides bikes with them. She's hiking. She's in the gym. She's journaling. She's also a mom, too, and she's learning to really heal and to give herself love. She wants to remain anonymous, and she's been watching. She's a big fan of us, guys. And she's saying happy 1 year to you guys. We are big fans.
Thank you for following.
Yeah, thank you. And we're shouting out you. You know, thank you for, I know it's really private, but we really do appreciate you reaching out and, you know, masking the emotions. You know, it really is about masking the emotions at the end of the day. But getting to the root of the issue is what Max said. You know, what do you not want to feel?
Yeah, what are you fighting?
What do you not want? What are you fighting your demons? You know, and it takes a lot to kind of come back out of that. And that's why I'm saying, guys, you guys are the reasons we do these podcasts. We appreciate every single one of you guys who are patient with us. I know it's been since a while, but guys, we are back, and this season is gonna be crazy. We got Honey as our co-host. She got that dark female, feminine, spicy energy. Like, if you piss her off, she gonna be on this podcast.
Flavor to you.
Yeah,
you know? Don't get it messed up.
Big stepper.
Yeah.
Put the shoes on.
And we got KJ back with it. He's with it. He's right here. He's a ski. He's all about good vibes. He's in his bag. You know what I'm saying? He's right here for you guys too, and we're really appreciative of all you guys. And we want to see you guys feeling that shit, healing that shit, and not drinking that shit. We want to see you guys flourish. We want to see you guys on a podcast one day. You know, maybe one of these days we'll get a listener right here. And kind of, you know what I'm saying, try to heal you guys. Yeah, special guest for you guys. And that's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, I'm so thankful to have everybody in this room who has a vision for the podcast, who has a vision to help people. Because honestly, this podcast is about helping people.
Absolutely.
I know we fucking around sometimes, but this podcast is to help around.
Oh, we talk about real ass shit.
Yeah, and I'm thankful to KJ right here, guys. Everybody say what's up to KJ. Shout out to KJ.
Know the vibes.
We got Honey right here. She gonna bring that spice.
And our special guest, Max. Big shout out to Max.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely.
Max, can you say your social media? Like, if somebody wants to figure out, like, I want to know that beer
I want to know about my
what's your
brewing.
Brewing? Yeah, I'm about to
So Max at Maxallotment for Instagram. Maxallotment Podcast is the podcast page. So that's the only two that I use on Instagram. I don't really have. I do have Facebook for the podcast and personal, but mainly Instagram. Maxallotment is at Maxallotment and then at Maxallotment Podcast. But yeah, if you want to follow, you know,
what about TikTok? You got TikTok?
No.
He's
I hear
like,
TikTok. He said no.
He said, come on now.
Listen. That's a whole nother conversation. Chinese government and all that shit. I'm good.
Yeah, right.
I do want to say
Self-aware is a big thing.
Yeah, we'll stick to the
That's
Instagram.
facts,
We'll
though.
stick to the Instagram.
Yeah, IG, you know, go viral.
Oh, they're not any better, but I'm saying at least it's localized.
Local.
That part, yeah.
I do want to say, if anybody that is watching that is going through alcoholism or going through any type of substance abuse, you can reach out to us individually, myself, Raquel KJ. You can reach out to us, hit up on our social medias, whatever it is. Just, you know, we're here for you guys. We'll give you guys resources. We have things looked up for anybody that is interested. If you want to share your story with us here, we will, you know, get your voice out there on the next episode. Get a couple minutes in to bring in some stories. You know, you can tell us how you got through what you're going through, and you know, some solutions that work for you guys. We want to hear from the fans, from the people.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you'll be next on the podcast. Special guest. Let me know. Reach out to us.
Have your post notifications
I got people
on.
reaching out already. I got people reaching out.
Absolutely.
Hey, make sure you guys reach out to us. Have
Reach
your post
out to us.
notifications
We'll have your
on.
business, whatever you work on. We'll
If
promote
you're
it.
an upcoming designer artist, you make shoes, whatever it is,
Hey.
come to us.
Let me know.
You know,
We got the platform.
We might as well use it.
Yeah, and I'm really thankful, guys. Season 2 in the works. We ready, KJ? We ready?
Come on, you already outside, man.
Yeah, we ready. He's coming back, guys. Make sure you guys follow him. He's back from
Oh
his
yeah,
break.
he's gonna definitely be back because I need to have a
Somebody give me
variety of
another
craft
4-pack.
beer tasting. I want to
He was
taste
gone
like
for a
6
minute.
beers.
Hey.
He said
Yeah, we could
New
do some.
York,
We could do some
Tennessee.
recording at this other breweries and hang out over there.
Yeah, I want him to put me
I gotta,
on.
you know, we can check it
Especially
out.
that cannabis,
and
one.
shout out
for
to
sure.
your media guy right here, guys. Honestly, he's been so nice. He's been so
for
good.
real.
He,
Big
he's
shout out to
honestly
Dakota.
shout out
Super
to the,
patient.
Yeah, super
Thank you.
patient. So
Super
thank you so
patient,
much.
yeah.
But we're so thankful, you guys. And like I said, guys, tap in. Season 2, we out.
Let's
Later, guys.
go.
All right, fam.